Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of B.A.R.F. I'm Chanman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of B.A.R.F. is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of B.A.R.F. are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of B.A.R.F. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, 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 what's good? It's Chairman House of B.A.R.F. My bad. I've been in here in here, the market's been kind of volatile. I just kind of lost track. But it's approximately 10:30 a.m., December 28th, 2023. Just getting in here to these markets. Still working them on USD JPY. My short positions have been doing pretty well. Go ahead and have to close out of these positions, but that long position is still taking a hit. But it's all good. That's why we got the hedge in there, just to, scalp trade. For the moment until, just shot up. Shot down or whatever. Close position. Just went up like 16 pips. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. All right. Literally just right now, I put a hedge position in and it just shot down about 20 pips. So that long position is just getting slaughtered, but just being cool about it. Not panicking about it, just still making sure I put these hedge positions in. Of course, there's transaction fees and everything, but I'm okay with paying those. And then let me go ahead and I'm putting in another hedge position. The hedge positions just help, as I'm just chilling, making sure that, goodness gracious, this thing just shot up again, 5 pips. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. All right. I just take the gains. I'm like, screw it. I don't really know what I'm doing in the Forex market. So, I just, whenever I get it, I take it. And then I just leave it just to protect. So essentially I'm just locking in that long, that long loss that I have. So essentially I'm down approximately about 300 pips, 330 pips. So just essentially just lock that in. And then the short position, you can take, minor gains, oh crap, what just happened? Okay. So that's Forex market. And then I also have my US equities up. So yesterday, the short position on this company called Marathon Oil. It's not a huge company. Let me see if I can pull up their fundamentals real quick. Just get a little. Marathon Oil operates as an independent exploration and production company in the United States and internationally. The company engages in exploration, production, and marketing of crude oil and condensate, natural gas liquids, and natural gas, and the production of marketing of products manufactured from natural gas, such as liquefied natural gas and methanol. It also owns and operates central gathering and treating facilities and the Sugarloaf gathering system, a 42-mile natural gas pipeline through Karnes and Tecolosa counties. The company was formerly known as USX Corporation, and it's changed its name to Marathon Oil in 2001. The company was founded in 1886 and is headquartered in Houston, Texas. So just been messing around with this company. I've been messing around with this company for years, but I've never actually had that. Actually, I could tell you. One time I didn't realize it It was unrealized. I didn't lock it in. And again, I'm not claiming to be here to be the best trader or the most. I'm not the financial guru. Okay, there's so much I don't understand. Fundamental analysis, I don't even have that nowhere on lock. Technical analysis is a little bit easier, but still got so much. I was looking at the crown, and there was this part where I can't remember went out and golfed, and they were talking about how much they loved golfing, and they were like, yeah, it's part of it. It's golfing for me is where something like passion does not meet talent or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's essentially where it comes to trading. I'm out here. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying myself. There are times where, sometimes self-doubt can, settle in. You mess up on a couple trades. You got, maybe people who are telling you that you're a failure and all these different things. But you just got to keep pressing, keep moving, stay, on your strategy, whatever your strategy is, stick to it. So, working on USD JPY, still taking that hit. It's all good. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this short position. So I went ahead and closed my short position. Now I'm just butt naked with the long position. And I want to see real quick if there's going to be any type of retracement, which there has not been. USD JPY has just been getting slaughtered. It's very possible that, some economic news probably came out. Let me see. I'm just going to see if there's any economic news that I can discover. Japanese yen. The following European central bank foreign exchange reference rates, all currencies and quoted against the euro. Okay. So it's approximately 1-to-1 with the US dollar. It's about approximately 156 with the Japanese yen. It's approximately 2 with the Bulgarian lev. And then they just go down the list. Okay. So another thing, how is Japan's political turmoil could spill over into markets? Investors have had a muted reaction to Japan's biggest political scandal in decades. The iShares MSCI Japan Exchange Traded Fund has dipped by 1% since December 14th, with Prime Minister Fumio Kishida sacked 4 cabinet ministers over allegations of campaign finance kickbacks. The red-hot S&P 500 gained 1% during that time. Japanese stocks remain up 15% for 2023. Markets may need to pay more attention to next year. Allegations of wrongdoing could spread and directly threaten the prime minister. It's even odds that Kishida will not survive this, says Jesper Cole, Tokyo-based global ambassador for the Monex Group. So, real quick, there's another paragraph, real quick, and there's a lot more, but I'm just going to read this last one. More alarming are the government's disastrous poll numbers. Kishida, in power since October 2021, is down to 22% approval rating, reports Yuko Nakano, who holds the Japan chair at the Central Bank for Strategic and International Studies. His Liberal Democratic Party is below 30% for the first time in 2012. So yeah, this JPY thing, it may not just be, it may just be a terrible time to be in USD JPY. Let me go ahead and get that hedge position back in real quick. Yeah, this could just be a terrible time to be in USD JPY. It seems like there's a little bit too much going on in the United States and a little bit too much going on in Japan as well. So I'll go ahead and put that hedge position back in. Right now, my price is around 140.385. So that's where I'm at right now. And right now it's down approximately 1.5 pips. So I got that hedge position in just in case when I turn my head, this thing decides that it wants to shoot all the way down. I'm kind of waiting to see if there's any reversal because essentially, for a while there, it was 146 Japanese yen for 1 USD. Now we're down to 140 Japanese yen for 1 USD. And yes, the sentiment appears to be awful. However, you know, if people start to realize that, hey, I can convert more Japanese yen to USD, then who knows, the currency pair may become a little bit stronger. And if there's any positive news that comes out from Japan, which let me see if there's any. I need to get some sources for forex economic calendar. Yeah, I need to get some sources for this because again, I'm just hopping in this. The main thing is what it's kind of like. What is this, daily FX? Let's see what they're talking about. If they can get me hip on. I'm not a U.S. resident. What? All right, forget about that one. FX Street. Let's see. Is there any news? Okay, it looks like Japan has some news coming out on Friday, tomorrow. Which is NC net positions. So, we'll just keep an eye, see if there's any news that comes out in the meantime. One thing that's going on is I'm seriously just learning how to trade Forex. Just trying to get this down pat, just trying to learn it. Just essentially using the strategies that it's definitely not the same. You don't want to do that where you're like, oh, this is just like stocks. I hear that all the time. People will start doing different trading, whether it's options market, whether it's sports betting, whether it's land, whatever, real estate, whatever it is. I get the concept, buy low, sell high. Yes. But for example, with these Forex, they have so much leverage and margin and everything on there. That's these pips, 1 pip, I mean, it's huge, and you may want to go into a different strategy. Now, also, I've been hearing that there's options on Forex. I got to find a broker that does that, but I'm just going to go ahead and take my time because the more you take on, the more speculative it takes. They also say something like, if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. So, I just want to go ahead and just take it easy. Let me just get this down pat a little bit. Just basic buy, sell. And then I'll look up a broker who offers options, derivatives essentially on Forex. And then it'll just even go more crazy, depending on how well I do. If I can hang in the game, then we're doing well. But easily, there's trades that can knock you out the game. So other than that, we got the Forex. So I put my hedge position in, and I'm going to go ahead and move to the side. I keep both screens up. I got 2 screens. I got Forex on one end, and then I got U.S. equities on the other end. So yesterday, sold a put on this company called Marathon Oil. I sold the put at 45. This morning, I received a message saying that you were assigned. I sold the contract at 20. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I thought that the premium cost would have been incorporated in the cost basis, but I guess not, because I can even see that it tells me that I received $20. And again, these numbers are multiplied by 100. Options are approximately 100 shares of the underlying. So when I say strike price 45, you just times that by 100, and that's how much I had to put up. And then when I received $20 premium, times that by 100, that's how much I received. So it lets me know that I received the $20. But it doesn't reflect it in the cost basis price. So I'm just kind of a little bit confused by that. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is next, essentially, I'm not sure what this is called, but it's like a gambler's strategy. I can't remember the name. I think it starts with an M, but it's like a gambler's strategy. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. I can't remember. What are the names of some famous gamblers? I think his name started with an M. I can't remember. But if I'm correct, and again, a lot of my knowledge comes from YouTube and whatnot. I'm going to graduate from the University of YouTube, but essentially with this, oh my goodness, this thing. I just looked at the forex and I'm up 10 pips, approximately 10 pips. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in real quick, and then I'll just go sell some more. I may have to lower the other position, take a loss on it, but I'm just gonna relax on that right now. We're just gonna ride this wave. It gets crazy. This thing gets crazy. Oh yeah, it's cracking my skull. Down about 350 pips. There was a point when I was down like 175 pips and didn't take it and paying for it now. But with the hedge positions, I mean it's not beast, but I mean it's holding it down. It's it's locking in some of these gains. So it's not as much. It's not as much of a loss. If I let it ride, I probably would make more money, but I'm just like, hey, let me take these gains and roll out from the short positions. In that long position, I'm just holding on to it. Eventually, I'm going to transfer over some more money just so that I'll just to put it into the account so that in that way that margin call doesn't happen where they're like, hey, they just sell my position. I'm just like, damn, come on, man. I was kind of going to ride with that for a little while because I really didn't want to take those huge losses. And we're going to get this figured out. I'm just learning. I'm not trying to come off, guru. So, sold a 45 contract, $20 on Marathon Oil. So back to U.S. equities real quick. I just saw that I went up 10 pips on a short position, and I just wanted to go ahead and take it. I do know that I could use trailing stops and stop losses and take profits. I'll use that as well. Matter of fact, maybe I'll go ahead and put in a trailing stop in a little bit. One thing I am noticing about this USDJPY is there is appearing to be just a slight little consolidation, still oversold, but it does look like my 9-day moving average is getting a little bit closer to my 20-day moving average. Let me just check on this real quick. Yeah, there we go. They got a little close at one point, but then the 9-day dropped some more. Oh yeah, this looks like it's going to drop. We got 4 red candlesticks, back to back. So got that hedge position back in. Let that cool. Let that chill. U.S. equities yesterday sold a 45 put at $20 for Marathon Oil, ticker symbol MRO. Right now, again, it's approximately 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 28th, 2023. So, got a strike price of 45. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do is do this gambler's mentality where essentially I keep selling puts. I'm going to get my cost basis down. I'm going to have a bunch of shares. I had to be smart about that. And then once basically I get to a point where my cost basis is down and I got a pretty good cost basis, because essentially I'm just collecting these premiums. It's like, give me those premiums, give me that. All right. And then when I get to a point where my cost basis is pretty decent, then I should be able to go ahead and start selling at the money, close to the money calls. You know what I'm saying? So got my cost basis down. So right now I just sold a 35 put. And I sold this 35 put at $10.50. Okay, so right now it's at $10.60. So I'm taking a loss. I'm taking a $10 loss. And let me see. So essentially, this person, they can go ahead and sign me, but they kind of want to see if this thing is going to drop below, like, what is that? 25.50 or something like that. 35 minus 10.50. They want to see if it's going to drop below like 24.50. Right now, the underlying is at about approximately 24.60. So, they're just going to wait to see what happens to Marathon Oil, see what happens to oil, period. Let's go ahead and take a look at CNBC real quick. I know you can't see my screen, but I got this thing where it changes my background daily. I want to change the time clock so that it will change it like not daily. Because some of these images are amazing, man. I'm looking at this image of this blue whale jumping out of the ocean. I mean, and honestly, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. We got this cost basis of 45. So we add 45 to 35, which is 80. Then we're going to divide that by 2. That's going to give me a cost basis of 40. So it's going to bring my cost basis down approximately about $5. So that's okay. Bring it to the underlying, which is at approximately right now about 24.60. Then we go in, try to sell like another put. So for example, I got cost basis 40. Let's just say, for example, I want to go ahead and sell another put at like, let's say 20, right? Well, let's just say like 25, right? 40 plus 25 divided by 2. That's going to bring me down to about 30, all right? So let me see. If I did 40, if I got cost base 40, because I already got the 35 put, it's already been sold. And right now we're just watching it. So 40 plus 20 divided by 2, does that make sense? 40 plus 25 equals 65 divided by 2. Okay, that's 32.50. So 40 plus 20 divided by 2 gives me 30. So we'll be right there. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right there. I can try to get it even lower if necessary, to get it closer to the underlying. At the same time, I'm just going to be collecting these premiums. So we'll be right there. I'll be at 30. And then the underlying cost basis will be at approximately, hopefully about 25. So I'll be down about $5 per share. $5 per share. By then I'll have like 300 shares. $5 per share that'll be about $1,500. But the cost basis will be right there. So then we can let it kind of ride. I mean, Raymond James came up with something basically saying like, look, we think that we're bullish on Marathon Oil, and we think that it can hit $35 per share. Now, based off just market sentiment, a lot of times I could be wrong. When investors invest, they really base their investments off of market sentiment. Emo investing. Raymond James says this, then it must be true. And UBS or Tasty Live or whoever says this. So, I'm just going to go with them. It's easier. It's easier to stereotype than it is to actually get to know somebody. So they did the research. They got some of the greatest analytics. Let me just ride with them. So I'll be at a cost basis. Let me see. Let me check one more time. That's all good. So hopefully I'll be at a cost basis about 30. If I really wanted to work with it, I could even go harder and try to get it down to 25. So what's the reason of me not just going ahead and selling a call way out of the money and sitting on it for a year? It's very possible. I could do that. On the other note, I could also collect premiums to buy the underlying. Instead of going and just buying the underlying, let me just get 300 shares of the underlying at the current price that it's at. I could do that as well. Because essentially I am trying to get my cost basis as close to the underlying as possible. However, on the other end, I could sell short puts, and collect premiums, because even if I get assigned, I get to keep that premium. You know what I'm saying? So I could sell puts, get assigned, try to get the cost basis down by selling puts, get the cost basis down, turn around and start trying to sell short calls. Now, I was listening to this guy named Invest with Henry on YouTube, and this isn't exactly, I don't believe, his strategy. I'm not sure if this is exactly how he does it or not, but if I believe, he refers to this as the will strategy. where you essentially sell puts and then you sell calls on it. So essentially, after I get the cost basis down to where I'm comfortable, I'm like, okay, this is a good cost basis, and I'm out of money. Then I can go in there. Let's say I get my cost basis down to 30. The underlying stock is at 25. I can sit there and sell a short call saying that in the next, well, I don't know. I got to go look at the contracts because they may not be good contracts. But I could start selling essentially at the money calls. Well, I'd have to get my cost basis down just a little bit more, closer to about 25, closer to the underlying price. And then I could say, hey, essentially, you want to come get this at 27 or at 28. Now, if my cost basis is 30, then I'll probably, here, let me look up some of these MRO contracts right now while we're sitting here going over this. MRO right there. And yes, do we do all this for just a couple $100? Yeah, I can see your point of that. Like, dude, you did all of that just for a couple $100? Yes, I did. Not proud about it, but it's a hustler's life. So, all right, cost basis down 30. Right now, my cost basis is at 45. Cost basis gets down to 30. All right, so I'm gonna go. Let me look at the implied volatility. I see some good implied volatility around. MRO has no sizzle. This thing has no sizzle. It has zero sizzle, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's just keep going. So I see some pretty good. In actuality, do I want good volatility? I do kind of want to get out of the position. So I kind of do want volatility. It's not that I don't want any volatility, so that I guess, I don't know. Let's just go middle of the road. All right. So for example, January 26th, there's a 35% implied volatility, approximately $2 up or down. Let me go to like January 19th, 22 days out. And let's see if I get the cost basis down to 30. Right now I'm at cost basis 45. Not technically, because I received a premium of $20. So not technically. So let me see if I was to sell a call at 30. Let me see. Cost basis 30. See, 22 days out. Now I don't even really got no contracts going for like 30. They got a 32 going for $2. So I mean, even that. Somebody pays me $2. By then, I'll probably have 300 shares. That'd be $6. Somebody pays me $6 to buy it off my hands for $32. I got the cost basis 30. They take it off my hands. They give me $200. Well, not $200. They give me $6. But if my cost base is 30 and I sold it at 32, then I got $2 per share. If I got assigned. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. It is nerve-wracking, I will admit to you. It is nerve-wracking waking up and being like, hey, you've been assigned. And I was like, yo, that thing woke me up out of my sleep. I was like, wait, not yet. Like, because when I was assigned, immediately the first thing I saw was, you're down such and such, down $2,000. You know what I'm saying? And it just startled me. I was like, wait, what just happened? But it's cool. This is exciting. We're good. Got assigned in there. Strike price 45. Just sold a contract for 35. Again, that should bring my cost basis down. 45 plus 35 equals 80 divided by 2. Should bring my cost basis down to about 40. Okay, so we're moving in the right direction. Then I'll try to go in there, sell another contract. Let's just say let's say 25. So 40 plus 25 divided by 2. That will get me about 32.50. Or I may sell it at 20. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. If I do 40 plus 15, but strike price 15, it would have to drop. You know what I'm saying? And now, unless MRO is showing me that it's going to drop like that substantially, because right now it's at 24.60, approximately 10:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 28th, 2023. Unless it's showing me something that going to have a dramatic drop, I'm not saying that it doesn't look like it's, So essentially, I would just collect that premium. I'll just be collecting that premium, and that's not necessarily. So I may have to sell it at like 25. So 40 plus 25. See if I can get a sign divided by 2. That'll put me at 32.25. Again, the current market price is approximately 24.60. Wait, let me see. 32.50 minus 24. Wait, minus 24.60. I'll be down $7.90 times 300. No, not 3,000. Let me see. Divide that by 3,000. All right, times that by 300. So I'll be down about $2,300, something like that. But then I'll go in there and sell a contract to say, hey, if you want to take this off my hands, around $34 or something like that. So $34 minus $32.50, $1.50 times, at the time, it'll probably be like 300 shares. So should collect about $450. Not to mention the premiums that I've collected already. And we should get out of here. Look, again, I'm not the expert. If I'm doing something incorrect, again, this is just a podcast or a conversation I'm having. So I don't even really have anybody here to correct me if I'm like, you're not going in the right direction. That's not the way you want to go. My thing is, I'm still confused on why my cost basis didn't reflect the premium I collected. And maybe brokers don't do that. Here, let's just take a look real quick before I head out of here and just kind of get focused on the market because there's a lot of volatility that's been going on. So let me see real quick. Does cost basis... Oh, God.
Here's the definition of do.
No.
Perform.
No. Oh, shit. My short position on Forex is going wild. Okay. And something told me that I didn't need to put it in. Something was like, you don't need to put it in. Of course, hindsight. But let me go ahead and just let that ride. Let me see. I'm just watching it. Man, that surely got away from me. Yeah, I know I could have used the stop losses and everything. But it's cool. I still got the long position. The long position is starting to do a lot better. Went up 200 pips. Just like that. Just went up 200 pips. So I'm down 300 pips right now. Wait, let me think. Was I down 500 pips? I can't remember what I was even down. But down approximately 299 right now. 299 pips. So we're working on that. It's getting better. But the short position just got away from me. And now it's down about 50 pips. I didn't expect it to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and just let that ride. Seriously, I'm not going to really mess with it because seriously, there's so many times that I'll move the hedge position and then I'll come back and it'll be a substantial drop. And I'm like, damn, I wish I would have covered, my tail. Yeah, so also JetBlue yesterday sold a short put at strike price 6. So my cost basis on that is approximately $7.76. So I'll sell it at 6. And that should bring my cost basis down a little bit. $7.76 plus 6 equals $13.76 divided by 2. So it should bring me down to about $6.88. The underlying is at approximately $5.71. So that'll get me closer to the market price. And then again, I can go in there and I can start selling short calls to kind of close out the position and just collect just little income, little bit here, a little bit there. It's a struggle out here right now. But just try to collect a little bit of income, little by little, just try to survive out here, try to pay some bills. Right now, my USD JPY. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave that hedge position in. Let me just leave that hedge position in. I could have stopped, lost it out. Because this thing, my 9-day moving average is now essentially about to be touching my 20-day moving average. And I do have a 200-day moving average, but it's so far away, I can't even see it. Let me see. I got to blow my screen up. So I do have the 200-day in there as well, but it's all the way up. Let me see. Yeah, there it goes. And the closer these moving averages, okay, goodness gracious, this thing is taking off. I think I need to go ahead and close the hedge position just in case. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. My short position is getting tore up. And I can understand why people say, don't hedge with Forex because, you're not going to make yourself any money. And I can see what people are talking about. Because, this, I'm going to possibly shorten some of the position. Let me reduce the position. By like 25%. Yeah, I'm going to reduce this. So I took a hit. But we're still doing well. We're still doing well in the short position. Just took a slight hit, reduced it by 25%. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep the long position. Whew, it is trucking. It is coming back fast. Okay, it's cooling down. It's cooling. There's a large wick letting me know that the buyers, for the time being, were unable to maintain. They weren't unable to take control of the buying. So, good thing I didn't just close out the hedge position completely. Okay. All right. So also I'm going to get in here, see if there's anything else I can do in these markets with just a little bit of cash that I got. It is exciting, man. It is exciting. And it's not about the money, making money. I guess it is, right? But one thing that's really exciting to me is the learning experience. I mean, I'm learning so much, making so many mistakes. Real quick, when I was working, I was not allowed to make any mistakes. I had these women and these men who were standing on my neck if I coughed or sneezed wrong. It got to a point where, seriously, I wouldn't even leave my desk. My desk was probably musty as hell because I was just sitting there sweating from my pits. Do you know what's ridiculous when you're sitting at a desk and you're sweating more than you would if you were on a track? Like, that's crazy. That's how much it was just getting to me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize the biggest mistake I was making was I was not making any mistakes. And I'm not trying to, I'm being serious. Working at the job. And basically all that is I got to find another company that allows me to make mistakes. Because there's other individuals that they allow to make mistakes. What they have, though, are advocates. They have advocates who sit there and advocate for them. So even when they make mistakes, they got the person who's fighting for them, in the rooms. Now, if you don't have those advocates, essentially what it is you got to get under somebody's wing. When you're in the office, you got to get under somebody's wing. And you want to kind of get under somebody's wing who's I guess kind of powerful. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, I wasn't under anybody's wing. I didn't have any advocates. I was just trying to do the best job I could do. Sweating at the pits, not even taking a walk would have gave me a breeze, cooled me down. The sitting at that office trying to fight for my job, fight for my life, damn near it felt like, and kind of to an extent, it is and was so stressful, and not being able, that was one thing I wish I could have made, was some mistakes. And I'm pretty sure I made a lot of mistakes, but it's a difference when you make a mistake and you learn from it, and you make a mistake and like your managers are sitting there fixing the problem for you before it goes to upper management, criticizing you for stuff that you don't even know that you're doing wrong. And you know the real crazy part? This is the real crazy part. When you're getting criticized for something, and you're kind of like, you go to like maybe a mentor of yours, somebody that you kind of go to for questions and whatnot, and they're like, hey, Chan, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what it is you're going through. Because like for example, I would write up reports and whatnot, and it's like, your reports are ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's parts that you could work on, and also in those reports, there's discovery that you could work on. But when does that discovery and expertise come? It comes with time, right? I was in my role, my new role. Whew, I don't even know. Was it 2 years? I don't even know if it. I might have been in the new role 2 years. In those 2 years, one manager quit. Saying, yeah, no, he didn't quit. He stepped down. You know what I'm saying? New manager came in. I don't think that much management experience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my new role, you know, a year and a half, you know what I'm saying? Learning curve, real steep. At first, coming to the office, chilling, relaxing, eating lunch, cooling, right? Next thing you know, I'm in this new role. I mean, it's night and day, right? I still remember hearing somebody say, man, this feels like I'm drinking through a fire hose. You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny as shit. But here I'm in a terrible place because I have to get my shit together quick, right? I don't have room for mistakes, but even though mistakes are still being made, I don't have a lot of room for it. However, it is so exciting out here making mistakes. Goodness, my 9-day moving average is starting to get like on my 20-day moving average, and price is starting to go above the VWAP, essentially indicating a bullish movement. So let me just take a look at this. Still got my hedge position in. I'm looking at the Forex market. I'm looking at USD JPY. But out here, I'm making mistakes. I'm learning from them. I'm becoming an expert. I mean, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wonderful. This is wonderful stuff. And I'm just praying to God that somehow, some shape, some form, something can come through. I got to fill out some more small business applications. I've been looking at this thing called a micro application. Essentially, I could get possibly maybe 50K. And that 50K would help me out so much to sustain some bills and then fund these accounts. And I know it sounds ridiculous to take a loan to fund an account that you're going to get margin on, and then you're going to trade on it. Are you crazy? Yo, that sounds ridiculous. How would you expect a bank to finance that? That is the stupidest idea you've ever had. Hey, life, what is it? Life is for the bold. Okay? I ain't scared no more. I'm not. I was more scared when I had a 9-to-5. I was scared every single day because I was also, I grew up in a 9-to-5 family. You know what I'm saying? I don't really grow up around entrepreneurs, risk takers, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then I also married in kind of quote unquote to a 9-to-5 family. Not totally, but kind of married into a 9-to-5 family. They had some very dynamic individuals, you know what I'm saying? But majority 9-to-5 family. You know what I'm saying? So essentially the path I'm going to go down is a 9-to-5 family. Essentially, you spend 2 hours in the morning with your family, spend 2 hours at night with your family. You go to your job. Majority of the time you're at your job 8, 9, 10 hours. Essentially, that's pretty much the life that you're going to go down. Okay. Not saying that's a fact, but that's kind of the life that I saw for myself. Was that's going to be my life, this 9 to 5 life. And so I know in my heart, I knew in my brain, before I met the last woman that I was dating / married, whatever. I was always kind of doing my own thing, always. That's one reason why a lot of people were kind of disappointed in me when I got married, because they were like, "Yo, you're not even the same Chan. Like, you're just like, it's like." I think I was listening to DMX talk about what it's like to catch a butterfly, and he was like, "It's the most disgusting thing you could ever do. It's because it's so selfish." You know what I'm saying? Because you see this thing that's so beautiful and you want to catch it and put it in a jar and watch it and look at it every day and play with it. And this butterfly is not meant to be in a jar. It's meant to be out, flying, pollinating, doing whatever monarchs do, and essentially I was getting a lot of flack. As much as I talk bad about the people in my circles, this is one moment where they're kind of like, "Yo, you don't even have the same mentality. You're becoming this 9 to 5er. Look at you. You got the, like that Kevin Hart scene where he's like, you got the Negro tie and the Negro shirt." You know what I'm saying? Like, look at you with your Negro tie and your Negro shirt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what people are saying. Like, "Yo, who are you? This is not you." Like, you know what I'm saying? You're the guy who goes to the club and somehow finds a way to come home with money. At the end of the night, you come home from the club. You know how you pulling out receipts? Somehow, Chan figured out a way to leave the club and come home with cash. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just network. I just talk to people. I try to be generous. I try to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Try to be respectful. Don't get it wrong. Do I occasionally like to have, my Bevan get wild and, stomp on the couch? Hell yeah, that shit's fun. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, just try to be cool. Just try to be cool, and have coping skills and whatnot. But yeah, it's just exciting to, and not even just be doing this. One thing people don't really understand about this is also keeping me out from doing anything illegal, from hopping in the streets. I know I'm about to be a 37-year-old man. And it's like, what street shit would you do? Like, come on, man. You see an old lion? You got to ask yourself a couple questions. How did this old lion survive? I don't know how old lions survive, but let's say the age expectancy is 14 years or something. I don't know, 15 years. You see a 15-year-old lion, man, I got to give that lion some props because I don't even know what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you see an old, crusty old man out here surviving, you got to give them props because I don't even know what they did to be here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, even at my age, I'm 36, but going on 37. I'm a winner, baby. We're in winter right now. And, you don't even know how, that Johnny Depp scene really gets to me when he was, he had the gut. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Yo, we're just going to hit one more lick. One more lick. This is going to be my last one." And he already called or talked to his daughter and said to her, "Hey, look, we're going to California. I'll be there in an hour or 2 hours." Man, if you ever, seriously, I don't even know if it's just trap, but to my trap stars, I'm telling you, that was the realest shit ever. In a movie, that was the realest shit. Because we always do it. Any trap star that's in jail right now, I can almost guarantee you that 80% of them, I'm not going to go 60% of the time. It happens every time. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to say 80% of them will say there was something ringing in their head that said, "This is not tonight. This is not a good night. Go home. Get out of here." But didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? Just one more. one more customer. We've been out here since 3 a.m. this morning. It's 3 a.m. the next morning. You're still out there. And you say, you know what? We've been out here all day. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's shut it down. We got lucky. No boys. We didn't run into any boys. We didn't run into any ops. We're good. We're good. Let's go ahead, shut it down. It's been a great day. And you say, all right, well, let's just roll the dice one last time. One last time. We got one more last customer that's coming in. They want to get whatever it is, bam bam, whatever it is. You say, all right, cool. And then they do something so stupid. They say that the customer or whatever, they come up and they're like, hey, how much did you say again? Immediately, you know what's going on. As soon as they say something like, how much was this again or something? Immediately. And in my personal opinion, if you run into that situation, get out of there fast. Whenever you got somebody who's shuffling around and saying like, yo, how much you say again? Was it again? They're about to pull the strap. They're about to pull the strap or a baseball bat or a strong arm, something. Immediately when it's how much was it again? Not saying knock them out. As soon as that, get out of there. Run. Okay? Because what's going to happen is it's going to be a boy, something. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to say to yourself, I said shut it down. Same thing in these stock markets. If you're going to be in the trap, which I speak against, you got to stick to your rules, your strategy. Shut it down. 8:30. Shut it down. Get home 9 o'clock. Don't get home 10 p.m. No, you're in the trap. Getting home at 10 p.m. is for college students, for employees. So you need to be at home 9 p.m. You got to beat the sun home. Well, 9 p.m. you're not beating the sun home. But you got to call grandma, call mom, call dad, uncle, aunt, niece, nephew, cousin, whoever it is, girlfriend, boyfriend, who it is. Call them up, 9 p.m. And say, hey, yeah, what you up to? In the house, chilling, cooking dinner, get your day prepared for the next day. But one of the things is that scene in Blow with Johnny Depp, it really gets to me because trust me, you know how bad I want to get myself a pair of black Air Forces. And it's like, I just been seeing these skits on black Air Forces. I honestly tell you the truth, I've never owned a pair of Air Forces. No, I never owned a pair of a lot of shoes. I really don't go shopping. Because, I think about it and you know how bad I would love to go, do something illegal or something, bring in $9,000, $10,000 real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know how bad I want to do that right now? Out here, I got people making fun of me. People talking shit about me. I lost my job. Lost my spouse. Got all them laughing at me. People staying the fuck away from me. Saying like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Fucking loser. Fucking, man, I got somebody called me a squatter in my own damn house. They're like, you're a bum, you're a squatter. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is my house. Squatter. What the? People done lost it. And besides that, tenant rules need to change. I was looking at a special on squatters. And that's not cool, man. How squatters got more rights than the homeowner? In what universe does that make any sense? I'm in the hospital or I'm in another country or something. I haven't been to that house in a year. And this family decides that they're going to move in and squat in my house. And then I got to lose my house to them. And then they sell it for capital gains or whatever. I don't know. It was something I was looking at. And I'm just like, yo, this is fucked up. And then you got to get creative of how you can get these people out. Because you can't just go knock on the door and kick them out. And you're the home owner. What's the point of being an owner then? I'm not getting this. Regardless. But with, again, that Johnny Depp scene, the thing that really gets to me is there is nothing more precious than than just being able to come home, sit with your family and watch some Netflix, watch some HBO. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more precious than that. It may seem like that person's a bum and they ain't doing shit and they ain't out there getting it and they ain't out there grinding. They are grinding. Oh, not technically. Just saying, spending time with the little ones, you know what I'm saying? It's a sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice. Now, of course, you can get out there, sell land, sell real estate, sell stocks, bonds, whatever, and that can generate some income. So it doesn't have to be start a small business. It doesn't have to be a total, like all I do is just spend time with my family and friends and everything. But it's not so much like gotta grind, gotta get it. Always on the road, always gone, whatever it is. And who knows? I may get to that point. But I'm telling you, my goal will always to be to find some time, figure out a way. I can't imagine professional athletes in their life and how mentally draining that has to be to have a newborn baby and have to be in San Diego playing against the Chargers or something. Now, instead of holding that precious little thing that smells so amazing, I don't even know what that new baby smell is. Baby powder or something. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just touching on them and feeling their skin. And everyone says it. The doctors say it. These are the most precious moments because the baby is now feeling your touch, getting to know you, getting to know who they can trust. Like, who's going to feed me? Who's going to wipe me? And you're there. Bath time. Okay, if I could say real quick to my fathers, mothers as well, if this is beneficial, but to my fathers, if you can, I know we're busy, okay, because we're not even just fathers anymore. We're mother fathers. We were running to the grocery store, picking up the diapers, going grocery shopping, taking them to the barber shops or to the hair salons, taking them to the little kid pamper shops, getting their nails done, whatever it is, just so that they feel good about themselves. We're no longer just fathers. We're mother fathers, and mothers are father mothers. You know, the things have changed. If there's any way, because I know how busy we are with work and everything. We're trying to go back to college because we're trying to get that promotion, and in order to get the promotion, we got to get another degree, or we're trying to start that small business, or to start a real estate thing on the side, or sports betting, or whatever it is. If there's any way you can get home and touch the baby, just get home and touch the baby. Make it mandatory that bath time is always me. Anything you can do. Just get home, bath time, let that child know who their father is. If you're in a situation where, people have been in, there's always, at some point, people change and, new men may come into their lives or whatever. And these new guys, they're going to be part of their life and they're going to develop their own relationships and everything. But what's the one thing that this child is always going to be attached to? They're always going to be like, yo, that's my pop. That's my father. That's my dad. And he's just not a sperm donor. He was there. And he wasn't just in the other room playing Xbox or PS5. He was attentive. He used to take us out to the park to play. He used to pick me up and throw me in the air and drop me down. He used to do bath time with me, and then when the time is right, when I was getting my master's, I got my master's from the University of Maryland. To be honest, some people say, man, fuck that shit. It was University of Maryland, University College. It was a night school. Now it's called University of Maryland Global Campus. I used to be up from 10 p.m. to probably about 2 or 3 a.m. every day when I was in my master's program. That's like 2 years. And I had to get back up at 6. But now I wasn't perfect. This is one reason why I'm going through some stuff, because I wasn't perfect. There was times where I didn't get home till late. After work, go hang out with the gang, or the coworkers or whatever, and get home. Probably not the best time, but get home after work. Of course, we all got to hit the gym too. I'm not saying communicate that with your spouse, or your partner, but you get home. I wasn't doing any studying for between 7 to 10 was no studying. It was just cooking, cleaning, hanging out with the little ones, playing with them, whatever it was. As soon as 10 p.m. hit, I was drinking a lot of Monsters too. I was studying from 10 to probably like 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. Not even kidding. But hey, I want to say thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decides that they want to stop by and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. I'm Chairman, and this is House of B.a.r.f. Blah! I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxton and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxton sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxton and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxton, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxton learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxton set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxton, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Cool-A-Made Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.